They don't have no itemized budget. The drug war has done its job. Look at the 2000 election. Hanging Chads, what was that what it's called? Down in Florida. They had called Florida in that election. Florida had gone Democratic. Remember they said, hold it, we made a miscall. Just like this mumbo jumbo last night.
Right.
See, it's what they do with elections now is they got so many games to pull them off the way they want. You know what I mean? You don't know how many precincts got, a poor farmer got $100,000 in his knapsack to miscount or forget or do anything to make the Democrats look bad. They don't want them there now. When they want them in, you can't keep them out. When this government wants the Democrats in, you're not going to be able to keep them out. But right now, they got something to do.
Right.
And it wouldn't be even good for them to come in now, because as soon as they get in, you know, the economy is ready to go down. The big white folks been keeping the economy up. But it's past the time of, you know, over 10 years have passed. It's been 12 years since they took a dive. Okay, man, you look at the people and Latinos and everybody, see now they done got comfortable. You go down to Home Depot, man, there's trucks all over the place. Everybody is working and they're buying. Soon as they buy a house, another house, they're going to crash it. And all their companies are going to buy up all the houses free. The people who's got houses now, just bought them. Suppose they ought to work for 2 years. No longer than that. 2 years. They don't have to be out of work for no 2 years. All they got to do is be out of work for a few months. Right? They can't live like they live now on unemployment. So you can add up. They have a crash on a regular basis. That's when they get a windfall. That's how they get their money back. Right now, white folks put a lot of money into the economy. European economy is bad, everybody, but not America. Why? They want, I used to tell them how to do it. I say, if you put 20% back of your money back into the economy, it's going to produce 100% of something, and you're going to get 80% of that. Guaranteed, you know, if you got the money already. So imagine when they drop the house price of housing, right? People that got in deep and they can't take care of their mortgages. They don't get their houses back. All the new little businesses they started, they don't get it all back. And then they start the cycle again. You know, they make more money on new businesses than they do. So you get a group of people and you hustle all that $200,000-$300,000 together, something to start a startup, right? And you work, and you get going. As soon as you get going, they crash the economy. It's like niggas in new cars and all of that. As soon as you get to rolling and you think you're home free, off to jail you go. You keep the bailsmen and the lawyers and the judges in money. The insurance company, that's who fronts the bailsmen, right? The insurance company. It's a big business. Big business. And we're going to need a transition, a transformation of society in order to fix it. Let me speed up. So pay attention to 2,000 hanging chads in Florida. You want to pick out patterns. You're looking for patterns. You're looking, dear people, for patterns in the society. Look for war patterns. They do something, 9/11, and 9/11, when something happens, they blame anybody they want. They blame Saddam Hussein for Daesh, Taliban, one of them crews. Look at here, if Saddam Hussein got hold to one of them guys, he'd be hanging up by his toes. They don't mix, but the people here don't know.
Right, they just Muslims.
They just Muslims, they're terrorists.
Right, they're terrorists.
They don't know, man.
Right.
And they, look, and our people are so quiet, and the stuff we're talking about might as well be speaking Chinese. All the wars, remember? Where are all the wars? Who is all the people getting killed now? The hardest thing to convince some 20 years ago or more was the Bosnians. We told all the black people said, they don't want no Muslim state in Europe. Finish. No, we're going to trust the UN and the UN. I said, yeah, they're going to be there as soon as y'all is all dead. Remember all them concentration camps? And they done killed all. Man, look here. And I'm telling, because the ambassador to the UN, he was a friend of ours. I said, man, you can't trust them white folks, man. No, we didn't trust the U.S. I just see them on TV. I said, this man is crazy. And the U.S. did come in 93 and all that. You don't see no Muslim state, no Bosnian state in Europe. But they cut off all the weapons. Y'all are slower than Negroes. During Yugoslavia, where did they have, they was part of, where did they make all the weapons? Oh, they made them over there. So if they put a weapons freeze on Yugoslavia, you don't have no weapons, right? And all the Mitrovics and Bixovics and got all the weapons. Yeah, they do, but they wasn't trying. I said, you're crazy. Y'all are crazy. You're too trusting. You know. Anyway, it's just true. Look for patterns. Those are recurring patterns. So 2003, actually 2002, they invaded Afghanistan. 2003, they invaded Iraq. It cost trillions of dollars, but they got, and Iraq, you know, have its oil money over here. I don't know what they're drinking over there. They must be drinking that oil. Because after one thing, the U.S. that's why I remember Trump said, if they try to kick us out before they pay us for such and such, we'll freeze their assets. I said, I know Iraq ain't got no assets over here. They do. All their money is over here. The people, I don't know what they're doing. They're drinking something. They're smoking all together. Anyway, so 2002, hanging chads. 2004, swift-boated Kerry. He swift-boated, whatever swift-boat is. They swift-boated it. They brought George back again, because they needed George. You gotta look at what they headed to do. Do you know, as crazy as a fornicator as Bill was, Bill had a $3 trillion surplus. $3 trillion nowadays. Hoorah! When George left, it was up to they saying it was $8 trillion in debt. So what did he do with that money? The guy came in, he was as bad for America as this guy, Donald Trump. We're not gonna have any more, we're gonna have freedom fries and liberty toast, one of them things, not French toast. Because France couldn't help them. And they call them old Europe. You know what I mean? You guys is old Europe. But they need it. You can see when they need somebody in there, they keep them until they want to switch it up. So, right now, whoever wins, it don't make no difference. Because we're caught in, it's not that we're caught in, but we're in certain situations. Example, if last week, of course I talked about China, but I talked about Islamic Liberation Army, you know, and we have to liberate. At a minimum, Yemen, it's just not human what's going on. And it's volunteer. See, they can't say this is from Iran, this is from Lebanon. This is a non-state actor. And they're going to make it clear. And if you come messing around, they should be clear. If you come messing around with one of the states because of something we're doing, we're going to move on you for the next 20 years. Volunteer. And we're going to keep on moving on you. And then they ought to let people know. Imagine the Middle East. You remember the movie, one of the ones back, maybe a couple Mission Impossibles back, and they're in this tall building one of the tallest buildings in the world in the Middle East, right there, Dubai or something like that. Imagine all the wealth in that area. Those people are saying, boss man, you can't start nothing over here. Because all of our wealth is right on top of the ground, man. And that's why Saudi Arabia is saying, hey, man, they did send a guy, you know, Suleiman was on a peace mission. You know, Soleimani, he was on a peace mission to deliver a message to Saudi Arabia about their proposal. Because what's the name must have woke up the other night and looked at Riyadh and all of the places. They wouldn't do nothing to Mecca and Medina, but everywhere else. What you talking about? And they say, man, if a few bombs fell on us, our people would be mad at us. Right? They would be mad. They'd start getting madder and madder at the royal family. Thousands of people living off the freebies of the government, driving down the street in the Rolls Royces and everything, and the people that's had a free ride. Saudis just don't work too much. They get everybody from Philippines, India, Pakistan, everybody, all those Arab countries.
I was say, it seems like all of them get.
That's why they can't stand no war.
Right.
They stuck their foot in something, and he can't do it, and he can't make nobody do that. And if he start that mess, they're gonna say, hey, you Americans, if you we'll take all our money and put it in Europe or under the ground somewhere. We're taking our money out of your joint. We're not gonna do that anymore. And when they do that, they're in big trouble. The point is, we got some cards to play. We have to play them right, though. It has to be a mixture of Sadducee and hikmah and boldness. Because nobody's stopping. There's no freeze on killing us. There's no freeze. There's no giving us our rights back. There's nothing. They're not talking about nothing here and nowhere else. They're still getting worse right here. Anyway, so we have to do this stuff in combination. So we should never be afraid to modify, where we're headed in our discussion. So we should proceed with vigor, but we should use research techniques to, it's like a global scanning of your environment. Where are we at now? How did we get here? This thing is, I don't know if you remember the Tiny Tigers. In 97 and 98, they were getting strong. Malaysia, Indonesia, Singapore is still on, but they were really coming up. I mean, and all of a sudden, they went down. If you listen to Muhammad Mutahir, he was saying then and now that it was Soros and all of those people. But it's bigger than just Soros by itself. It's that if it was an entity out there watching the U.S.'s weaknesses, and it had the power to pull the plug, right? Remember when Japan was buying up everything in America? It bought Sony, it just bought. It was on the road. And then all of a sudden, Japan started going broke when Japan saved more of their money than the U.S. did. But somebody pulled the plug on Japan and crippled its economy, right? So who would have the power to do that? This war by other means. The minute China got into the squawk box and started saying, first Deng Xiaoping told them, just ease up on the Americans, don't, you know what I mean, just hold on, right? 2 years ago, when they started talking about Chinese dreams with Chinese characteristics, socialism with Chinese characteristics, the dream of 2035, and what we're going to do when we celebrate the 100th anniversary, 2049, of the revolution in China, all of a sudden starts happening to it. There's been 2 or 3 diseases popped up in China since then, and pop up nowhere else, right? Ebola amongst Negroes, How? That's what this infodemic is. China has been attacked. That's why we want y'all, we said it last week, we want you to study biogenetics and all this stuff so you can defend yourself. And if, as you travel along the way, if you can develop an anti-white folks, pro-Negro defense stuff, just remember us along the way. No, we all gotta go. We want to go with you, till we get, anyway. So, that's true. What's happening right now is part of an economic war with China. China showed it has super skill in management and organization, and it still has it. If it can build a hospital in 8 days, it know how to do stuff. they trying to make China look like it don't know what it's doing. It's, you know, who would let this disease, who made that disease? That's what I want y'all to do a little research on. Who made it? It popped up in China. What's it doing popping up in China? And then it closed down Hong Kong, where they can't go across. Macau, no gambling. And the Chinese economy, from what they say on Bloomberg, that took a serious dip right now. That's war by other means. That's economic warfare. You have to remember, boss man is a mean joker. He hasn't stopped being mean. If he can win, he wants to win. He don't care about what he have to do it. He'll kill. He already every day. The Iraq War, he killed 1 million people. The Iraq War had 1 million people killed. 100,000 Europeans killed by other Europeans in Bosnia. No. It don't have nothing to do with race no more. Okay. With the young people, it don't have anything to do with race.
Right.
If you go to jail, automatically they pull the institutional racism. You get right into what we got for y'all. 13th Amendment, we made this for y'all. It's made for us. It's made for Mexicans. And if a few white boys get caught up in it, it's okay. But you got to remember, you look at the attitude. Now, all advertisement. Johnny just has a little trouble, a little disease, and he can take the cure. He can go here, there, and he get the cure. When we was dope fiends and low-down niggas breaking in your house, right? It was no romance for niggas. None. Right? Now there's white folks, there's one movie, I saw the trailers, it's called Beautiful Boy. It's about a dope fiend white boy. You know. Another one, a whole slew of movies with big stars, you know. Julia Roberts, all kind of people. The kid run off, everything. We have to help them. We have to hold on and keep, you know what